Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Instagram.
It was so easy when we met. Future ahead of us, making memories. Our only hope is to forget.
How's everybody feeling on this Sunday?
Passage closed for centuries. 'Cause I can take it anymore. Forgetting
I love this beard.
And your words just don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. Just let me go, just let me go.
Give everybody one more minute to come on in. Go ahead and tell everybody that the Girl You Better podcast is on live. Go ahead and share it out. Let me make sure that I make sure it is shareable before I do that. There we go. It's shareable. Hey, Aunt Avis. Nice to see you. Joining in. Get under and just relax. All right. That's what my friends are telling me. Let's go ahead and get started. I won't delay. It is Sunday. The work week is upon us. And so I know everybody is trying to relax, trying to get their thoughts together, their mind together for tomorrow. And so today, if this is your first time joining me, my name is Coach Ronnie V. I am the resiliency and relationship coach. And what that means is that I help people discover tools that they can use for their mind, body, and spirit so that they show up as their highest self every single day of their lives, no matter what life brings to them. And so today we are in day 6 of the Loving Him from A to Z, volume 1. And this is volume 2. And today we're talking about friends. A couple of things I want to say. Hi, Candy. For one thing I do want to say, so I had a male listener ask me, can you tell me why you wrote this book? Like why would you write this? And so I thought that was a great question. And I explained that this was something that came from the fact that, I got tired of women, maybe even including myself, not having certain information that was needed in order to really give it, really feed into the needs of what the male psyche was needing. And there's a lot of finger pointing, like he don't do this, he don't do that, he not this, he not that. But what are you? Where's the accountability for us women? And so that's the main reason why I wrote the book. And so today we're talking about, and then also someone brought up to me, my sister yesterday, she's like, did you know that everything that you're talking about is character, and it's about really like fruit of the spirits? And I'm like, you know what? I didn't really think about it that way. I mean, that wasn't my intention, but hey, to God be the glory. Because this was definitely something that I prayed about before, starting this project. But anyway, as I said, I won't hold you long. We'll do this quickly. We are on day F, friend. And I will start with a quote. When a man bears all and opens up his heart, it is a huge thing in his eyes. I'll say that again. When a man bears all and opens up his heart to you, it is a huge thing in his eyes. So, I mean, we all know, what a friend is, right? I mean, we've been making friends ever since we were toddlers, in the sandbox. Um, but when it comes to dealing with men, and at times we as women innocently turn our husbands from being our friend into a foe. Here, let me explain. So imagine your husband is sharing something very personal or maybe embarrassing with you, and maybe it was something embarrassing to him. A situation or time in his life where he found himself like feeling maybe insecure or unsure about something, maybe even weak or vulnerable to something, and he's like bearing that to you, like he's sharing that with you. um we now sometimes may take the opportunity to judge him, or maybe in some kind of way relate it back to ourselves and like take it personal. Like what his experience, what does that have to do with us, with me? Not absolutely nothing, right? It was his experience. But sometimes we internalize things, and I have been guilty of this. Hold on just a moment, guys, can you please be quiet? Thank you. Sorry. I am guilty of this. I came very close to making my husband shut down at one point, and I think a lot of women may experience this, where the man in their life is very, very willing to open up and to share things, but there's something that happened or something that we said or something that we did that would just make him totally shut down. And sometimes because of my reaction to some of the things that possibly he shared, those things will make somebody want to shut down. That's just like, if you're just not even talking about relationships, but if your friend, if your sister, if somebody told you something and you didn't necessarily agree with it, you didn't like it, maybe you thought that they were wrong for doing or saying what they did, and then we go and we judge them, or we say things. At that point they're like, should I even be sharing stuff with you at this point? Because I was coming to you bearing something, and here it is. I'm getting this, and that is not what I was looking for. I was looking for my friend to be here. I was looking for my friend to show up. I was looking for my friend to listen. But anyway, so in this instance, I would just say my own motivations, interest in the relationship, and my decision to, sometimes we can put people on a pedestal without them even asking, to be put on that pedestal. But they are being put on this pedestal because we think so highly of them. We think so, just like, they can't miss the mark. It's impossible for them to have done this or did that. And what we don't know, of course, like we all have skeletons, right? We all have skeletons in our closet. We all missed the mark. We all have fallen short. We all have done some things that possibly we're not proud of. But what we need is our friend, okay? And sometimes when your husband wants to share something with you, like humans, like we make errors. We all make errors. And because people are such, so wonderful in our eyes, we just can't perceive that. And so now, we view them in a different light, when possibly that was a different thought, that was a different life, that was a different time, that was a different circumstance. But we still need our friend today. Now please keep in mind, what it is shared with you has, again, absolutely nothing to do with you. And when a man bears all and opens up his heart, it is a huge thing in his eyes, because that is something that he doesn't do with everybody. He doesn't do it with everybody. He's intentional about who he does that with. He's very careful. He chooses based on certain criteria in his mind and in his heart. And your husband is extending an invitation to be his friend. He is handing you like a key, like a physical key. And he does not divulge such sensitive information to, to his friends, not even maybe to his family. But he wants to talk to you because he views you as a friend. You're doing life together, correct? You're doing life. And one thing I will share, the best way to convince anyone that you are trustworthy is to listen without judgment and tell your mind to be quiet. And I know that is hard for a lot of us to do. That is hard for a lot of us to tell our mind just to, okay, okay, girl, be quiet. You listening? Don't judge. Don't judge. Because that is a like a natural human thing to like to begin to judge somebody. But when you're a friend, you don't necessarily do that, correct? Okay, so I'm going to advise you to place a mental muffle, like how we have muffle your mouth, muffle your mental to avoid becoming too anxious, inadvertently blurting out something that you would regret later. And turn your mouth off sometimes. And your heart and your ears on. Turn that on. Turn that volume up. Okay? Let the words we as ladies speak be in truth and without malice, without harm. Um, Malice being the intention or the desire to do evil or ill will. That's not something that we do. So much of how we accept this gift of friendship with our husband is going to depend on how we react and don't react. And this will be accomplished through our actions. Now, and I'm going to be wrapping up here. Now, the intention will lead you. So let's see here. Let me read here. Even if it means initiating an apology to him to end the argument. Oh, I know we hate to do that. Sometimes, especially if we know that we're right, but sometimes that's called for. Somebody has to end it, and then maybe pick it up later. Because when we go to these heights, then we're not friends. In that instance, we're not friends. We're losing our friend. He's losing my friendship. I'm losing his friend. We're not friends at this point. So the intention will lead you into maybe some of the whys that you have if you listen. Like fess up. We have some whys as to why, like we're wondering. This is what I mean. Like we're wondering, why does he do this? Why does he say that? Why does he think this way? Why does he react that way? Many of those unsolved mysteries may be discovered in the tender moments that he opens his mouth to his friend, you, and you'll get those answers. We are some of the best, women. We are some of the best CSIs that have walked the planet Earth. We can piece fragments together, make a pinboard in our head, collecting data, conversations, and evidence. Or a better solution is that we can take the easier route and solve the puzzle by putting the pieces together with him. Letting him tell the story. Tell his story. Tell his experience. Tell his concerns. The absolute best approach is listening and asking questions like in an empathetic manner. Soon you will find that some of the best moments you have with him is during a walk, like in the evening, or a talk right before you go to sleep. The laughter and the joy that you have during that time, like that truly can exist. But a lot of couples right now have gotten away from that for several different reasons. In my mind, that look, y'all know when I get that look, that means I want to say a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm not going to at this time because like I said, it's Sunday night and I'm gonna respect everybody's time. But you never have to feel alone because you have the best friend that God has provided you, lying there beside you every single night for the rest of your life. If you are willing to really, truly be a friend, allow Him to be totally vulnerable and open with you, honest. Sometimes we don't want that honesty. Sometimes that honesty, um, it doesn't sit right because we don't know quite how to deal with it. But that's the point, is to begin to learn how to deal with those things. So, number one, have I been a good friend to my husband? Number two, do I allow him to talk and express freely without judgment? Number three, how do I show him that I am a safe person to confide in and prove myself worthy of his friendship? Because you can be married to somebody for years but not be their friend. Trust me, it exists. There are couples like that out there right now. They're married to each other, but they're not friends. Mm-mm. They just deal. They deal with one another. Number four, have I done anything to break the trust in our friendship with one another? Just think back, or maybe just even ask, babe, hey, you know what? I just want to ask you this. I just want to know. Maybe you could say it like this, real casual. Have I ever done anything to break the trust of, like, our friendship, like our dynamic of being friends? Because of course, sometimes when you tell people too much stuff, and then it causes this whole um funny time dynamic in between, because you're all going to be around each other again. That's something that kind of may break the trust at times. But more so, um like, I will say this: guys that go and play basketball, they talk. Y'all know that, right? When they get together like that, they talk, they share notes, because they want to know that they're not crazy. They want to know that I can't be the only one experiences. They can't. They want to make sure, like, is your wife doing this or saying this? Um, is this really true? Like, what, like, they're connecting dots, and they're exchanging notes about us, ladies. So, as much as we exchange notes, they exchange notes too. Anyway, I got off on a tangent with that. Okay, so number six. Oh, number five. Do I tell his business to other people and ridicule him, or keep it confidential? I think I just went into that. I think that's why I was going there. Number six. Am I willing to show interest in things he cares about? Am I interested in doing, or do I opt to stay in my own lane? Some things, when you're a friend, some things you got to go do some stuff with your friend, with your husband. Just like he got to do some stuff with you. He may not like getting pedicures with you, girl. He may not like going to get massages, couple massages, but he do it for you because he love you. He may not want to watch Tyler Perry's Sisters with you, or he may. I'm just naming. I'm just naming different stuff. It may be certain things. He may not like going to a particular restaurant that you like going to, but he gonna find one thing in the menu that he can deal with, because he want to make you happy. Make sure that you are doing that to, for him too. Make sure that you being that type of friend for him. Number seven, do I struggle at times knowing how to be a good friend to him consistently? And of course, we always end with a prayer. All right, with a prayer. I've noticed ever since I moved to Texas, I've picked up a little twang, and it is what it is. Some people think I'm from Louisiana, even when I talk. No, I'm not from Louisiana. I'm from the Midwest, from Omaha, Nebraska. But I guess I don't know. Some things have crossed in my tongue. So y'all excuse me. This is Ranita, 2022. So the prayer, Heavenly Father, I cherish the friendship that I have built with my man. I enjoy our laughter and the time spent together. If there is any area that you see I can grow in, give me the seed, Lord. Plant something in me to sprout into a mighty harvest that he might enjoy the fruit that will come of it. To be a better friend to my husband and prosper in our connection is my only desire. I want to welcome any opportunity for him to confide in me. I will create a welcoming platform and atmosphere where there is no judgment nor condemnation, but be that sounding board for him when necessary. Now, y'all know, of course, being a friend or not being a friend, that can lead to very dangerous territories because there are other people out there that are willing to be your husband's friend. Let's just keep it real. They're willing to be his friend. Why not? Why not be his friend? He's a nice guy. He may be attractive. You know, he makes them laugh. So make sure, and I'm just saying that I'm just keeping it 100 because now more than ever, there's several ways to get in contact with people, and so we just have to be very careful, very very diligent, use discernment, um, and just make sure that we are really truly bonding and being friends, um, and making daily connections, some kind of way, a daily connection. But anyway, I'm going to end this for now. We are going to be on day 7 tomorrow. Yes, day 7. Day 7, we're going to deal with, let's see, day G, genuine and generosity. And that is it for tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful Monday. Make your Monday a great Monday. I know Mondays are not our best, our most favorite days because we have to wait until, so I just want to live a life, me personally, where any day is a great day. And it's not because it's Friday, and it's not because it's Saturday and Sunday. I don't want to get in a funk because I know Monday is coming. I just want my everyday to feel like a weekend. That's a beautiful, and I'm getting closer to that. And this coming on here, I'm going to share this with y'all. Coming on here, it gives me energy because you all give back to me. Some things that either messages or things that people have said personally to me, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. And you never know who needs to hear what and when. Um, but evidently, all of this needs to be heard and it needs to be talked about a lot more. So, I'm glad I was obedient and said, okay, I'll take 28 days. Oh, and also, okay, so when I start tomorrow, see, I have to make little notes for myself because I forget, because at the beginning of this, I wanted to tell everybody, okay, now y'all know it's only 26 letters of the alphabet, but it's 28 days of February. So for the last 2 days, what I would like to do is have a women's night and a men's night. So if you are interested in appearing on the Girl You Better podcast, let me know. Send me a message. I think I will end with the ladies on the 28th. I think I will end with the men. I will have on the 27th, and then the ladies I will have on the 28th. So we'll end that way. But I just want to have a conversation with a couple of you, to tell me what you think, any reflections, anything that you, any questions that you want to ask or know more about. Like, I want to invite you on. So if you're interested, let me know, because that's how I want to close this month out, with a ladies' night and a men's night, where we can talk about loving him from A to Z, because there's a lot of men out there, and I hope y'all are not doing this, men. I hope you're not. See, babe, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, I was trying to tell you, about what she talking about, but I just didn't know how to say it. But see, that's what I'm talking about right there. What she said. See what she said. What? Don't do that. Don't don't do that. Um, and maybe y'all have that type of dynamic, but hey, you know your wife better than I do. You know your girl better than I do. But don't be talking about, hey, babe, I'm buy this book for you, because she talking about some stuff, and I like I've been saying, she talked about some things, and I think you might need to read this book, take some notes, and listen to her live and stuff. And if you care that much, um for your relationship to improve like that, there's a way of saying everything. There truly is. There's a way of saying everything. Um and I will be coaching couples here soon. I have a couple that I will be coaching soon. They are about to get married and jump the broom. I'm so happy. Um, but yeah, just some things that need to be discussed. So I'm so happy to be able to do that. Um, and let me know if you also need a coach. I'd be happy to help you as well. Have a beautiful night. God bless. See you tomorrow. Sleep well. Good night, Facebook and Instagram, and good night. Who we have? Instagram, Facebook. It's one more. I can't think right now.